What's up, guys? It's TRT77 here with my week 7 game of TBA season 5. Um, this week we take on Blitz. We have not played Blitz in the past, so this is pretty hype. I'm pretty sure this is the first time I'm playing him. And he's got a non-STO team. He's got Torn, T, Prim, Trigalgi on the special side. He's also got Zoroark and Serp, which are quite threatening to us, along with Medicham and Talonflame. Medicham Mega is obviously a massive threat on this team, as is Torn, but I think Medicham more than Torn in this situation. Uh, Going by our team, we started out this week with Magnezone. We haven't brought Magnezone in a few weeks, but Magnezone is really good against his team. An Assault Vest Magnezone takes hits decently from Torn and Prim, and we do kill both, and it's a good matchup overall in this game. Like, even Talonflame doesn't really one-shot max HP Magnezone well, and as long as we keep Volt switching out, as long as he doesn't bring if he doesn't bring Golurk, we're just gonna keep Volt switching out because this is just such a good matchup for Magnezone. Our next Pokemon is Wheezing Galar with Neutralizing Gas this week, mainly for Medicham Mega. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't remember why I had the 40 special defense on there. This game was played about like 6 to 7 days after I built the team, so I'm not sure what the 40 split F was there for. But very clearly I remember if he's Jolly, Zen Headbutt is 18.8% to 2-hit KOs. And that's a very important calc, because that calc ensures that we do manage to get off a lot of damage to stream or burn him. We've got Kecleon, Assault Vest. Again, I'm trying to take a leaf out of Ari's book for this one and bring double Assault Vest here, which is kind of hilarious bringing double Assault Vest with it on a team with Mega Larias. But I just feel like these two do the job really well in this game. Hits most of his mons for a lot of damage, does Kecleon, and it's just quite annoying for his team to break. And I just hope Kecleon, this is one of those matchups where Kecleon two-shots pretty much every Pokemon on this team. Next up, we've got Larias Mega with a standard Calm Mind set with Psyshock and Energy Ball. Again, I'm not sure why I had either of those moves on. I apologize, but I think Psyshock was mainly because of the possibility of him bringing either AV Prim or AV Taunty. Just basically, I think I'm pretty much forced to run Psyshock for the rest of the season after this anyway, because of what Ari did to me bringing triple AV. I'm pretty much forced to run Psyshock for the rest of the season, even though it's a 10 power loss from Psychic. Energy Ball, I'm pretty sure is just there because it hits Prim pretty hard and it hits Golurk and it hits Zoroark. So since it hit all three pretty hard and did a lot of damage to them, and also I'm pretty sure it also two-shot Avalugg, so that's why I'm pretty sure that's why I opted for Energy Ball. But I'm not sure what my alternatives were in building that Latias set, because usually I think that Latias set was probably the first set I built for this week, so I really don't remember anything about it. Moving on, we have a Sandaconda, standard FizzDef Sandaconda. I just want to glare things. That is basically what I want to do with this Sandaconda, is glare things. We glare a couple of things and this matchup gets so much easier for us. Rocks is great against this team with two of his major mons being flyers, and he doesn't have a whole lot of recovery in mons like Prim and Dragalge outside of their items. So I'm hoping we get rocks up, we glare. If we can rock to something, it would be great. I considered rock slide, but it really didn't do much to Torn anyway, so I just thought, why not just kill Torn's speed? And our last set is Sneasel, Gamora, standard Life Orb set with knockoff Triple Axle, Ice Shard, and Poison Jab for Prim. Poison Jab does not OHKO bulky Prim, but it should do enough to put him in range of Shadow Sneak from Kecleon. So this is our 6 that we're going into the game with, guys, and I'll just jump into the game. Now jumping into the game, guys, as you can see, this is the 6 he's brought. He chose not to bring Golurk, which I totally understand, but Avalugg is a bit of a surprise. I think maybe it's just because removal. He's probably not got boots on a couple. Does he probably have Banded Talonflame? This is probably something we have to scout in this matchup, because Banded Talonflame actually could be a problem, considering it just U-turns around and puts Mega Larias in range for like either Dark Pulse or Night Days if he's like Modest Life for Zoroark. But we do outspeed Zoroark and Latias, thankfully. But we need to see some of the sets. We need to really scout him out. My designated lead with this game was always going to be Sandaconda because I don't get O-Code unless he's outright specs or he just leads Primarina. And if he leads Primarina, I'm just going to hard into Kecleon. Again, not too much lost in that turn. So, worst case, he flip turns and goes into Medicham, but we should be able to live 2 Zen Headbutts if he goes for it with Wheezing. We should be fine on the most part. But right here, I'm going to lead Sandaconda to start the game off. And he chooses to lead Medicham. Here, I'm not too worried. I'm just going to click Glare. There is absolute... This is a fully Fizz-Def Sandaconda. It does... Medicham actually doesn't do much to him. He Megas, clicks, Fake Out, does like nothing. We get half of that back and just leftovers recovery. I'm just going to click Glare. I don't care. And we managed to get the Glare off on Primarina early, which is so good for us. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going hard into Kecleon. And he gets fully para'd, which is great for us. We get the Thunder Punch off. Loads of damage. So he's not at all, like, he's not super bulky. He's not max HP at least. We can infer that much. He does Flip Turn on us, which for some reason does a peculiar amount of damage. We might have to scout if he has Aqua Jet on the set, perhaps. But he's going to go back into Medicham here. And I'm going to go hard back out into Sandaconda. And he clicks U-Turn, which Medicham doesn't get U-Turn. So that was Zoroark. And that tells me, the U-Turn also tells me the fact that he's probably special Zoroark. Because 1, the damage. 2, also the fact that he didn't want to hit Kecleon with anything. Because he probably knows Kecleon's AV. Because that's what I've brought to most of the games. And also me hard switching it in on Prim without it being AV wouldn't have been as good a play. But either way we go here. Here I don't care. We just go for the EQ. He does choose to preserve Prim, and he's a very physically bulky Avalugg. Here I'm going to get Stealth Rocks up as he chooses to click Avalanche. Again, does absolutely nothing. Obviously, Avalanche, we didn't damage him first, so it's only 60 base power when we don't damage him first. So we get Rocks up. Here I'm going to go into Magnezone. Little bit because I just read the Rapid Spin coming here, so there's no point in me staying in and getting absolutely nothing out of the turn. So I go into Magnezone. Him not having Golurk lets me freely click Volt Switch here. And we are going to get rid of Primarina. And it's nice that Magnezone's finally doing something this season. Going into Kecleon again, and he goes into Medicham. This time, again, I go into Sandaconda. He does click the Zen Headbutt, which does a lot to us. Which, unfortunately, I think 44 was a little bit of the higher roll. Because I think this was a roll to 2-hit KO. But it was like a 50-50 either way. And Medicham is going to knock out Sandaconda here. So we have we're down 1 Pokemon again. It's 5-5. We go into Weezing Galar. I'm just gonna click Will-O-Wisp here. And he goes into Torn, which is great for us. So we get some constant chip on Torn. We're gonna see the item, and he's not leftovers. We're gonna switch into Magnezone here, obviously, and he does knock off our Assault Vest. That is not timid knockoff. So he's got some attack investment there, surely. I'm assuming to get the U-turn, which is kind of like based on his team comp. It's kind of noticeable. He wanted to do U-turn, go into Zoroark and kill Ladi. That was his way of killing Mega Ladias. Here, once again, he's going to U-turn out. I am just going to click Volt Switch. I do not care. We are analytic boosted, and oof, that does a chunk to Avalugg. I'm just going to go into Kecleon here, and he chooses to go into Tornadus, and we are going to knock out the item, but it's Zoroark. And we get rid of Zoroark's Choice Scarf, which is absolutely huge for us here. Here he's going to click U-turn. I probably shouldn't have stayed in here, honestly, but I didn't see a reason not to. I forgot that I was Dark type when I was looking at the calc, but he goes into Avalugg. I'm just going to click the Thunder Punch because, honestly, off the picks of the remainder of his Mons, everything took damage from Thunder Punch or Avalugg died as a sack. So Avalugg is going to go down here, and Kecleon picks up a kill. He goes into Medicham Mega. Here, I am going to go hard into Wheezing, obviously, because I don't have a switch. He does click the Drain Punch, which does absolutely nothing. Now he clicks the Zen Headbutt, and this is really unfortunate because post-game, I did ask him if he was Modest or Adamant. Sorry, if he was Jolly or Adamant. He was Jolly, so that was an absolute max roll. But it doesn't end up mattering, and you'll see why in a second. But now, because of the absolute max roll, this becomes quite a good chance for him to 2-hit KO. Where it was only 18.8% to 2-hit KO had he just gotten a regular mid-roll. And here I'm going to make a hard double into Sneasel. And yeah, that was a bit of a risky play, but honestly, looking at the rest of the team, I just don't see the need for Sneasel anymore. Like, I can win if I get one Combined up with Latias at this point. And if I just get a little bit of chip on Talonflame, this game is pretty much done. Because the whole thing we needed was a little bit of chip on Medicham, and that poison from Sludge Bomb really helped us because that's 100% in Psyshock range from Latias. And honestly, at this point, it's like I just need one Calm Mind and it's pretty much GG. So here, I did not scout for Bullet Punch, and he goes for Bullet Punch and he gets the absolute min roll, which is really unfortunate for him because he's going to lose Medicham here. I don't know if this mattered too much, to be honest, and I think, honestly, if he didn't get the absolute max roll on Wheezing Galar, I wouldn't be in with Sneasel here anyway. But, and we would have killed with Strange Steam on the next turn. So I don't know if this mattered as much as it really did. But Sneasel is going to pick up another kill on the season and die to Life Orb Recoil. So Medicham's going to go down and so is Sneasel. And we are up 4-3. I'm going to go into Wheezing Gala here and he goes into Talonflame. And I'm just going to click Pain Split first because I know he's going to probably, if he sets up, fine, but I need HP. And he does click the Brave Bird, and we get a huge chunk of recovery back. Now he's going to click the Brave Bird again, and I probably should have clicked Pain Split there, but I just didn't see a point to really let him get the third Brave Bird off. We weren't going to kill with Pain Split, obviously, so I just went for the Sludge Bomb. And Wheezing Gala is going to net its first kill of the season, and we're going to get rid of Talonflame. Now at this point, especially after my playoff game, if you haven't watched that yet, I recommend you go watch it. I'm not spoiling the result here, but basically after that playoff game, I was very cautious because that game just happened like the day before this one. I was very cautious, and I'm just hoping, you know what, I'm going to try my best not to throw this here. I just want the guaranteed win. He goes into Zoroark. He gets the Sludge Bomb off. We're going to go down. I did not want to risk having to get chip on something else, and we lose Wheezing. Now here, I'm going to make the play into Zone. The reason I make the play into Zone here is I know he was Choice Scarf. He's not a Life Orb. If he is Modest, or even if he's Timid, Focus Blast will likely kill us. Like, a min roll is what we need to live Focus Blast. If he is Flamethrower, if he's Timid, we guaranteed live. If he is Modest, we guaranteed live. So I'm hoping he's Flamethrower, not Focus Blast. In this moment in the game, I was just like, please don't be Focus Blast. Or just please don't land the Focus Blast. And he clicks Flamethrower. He does get the high roll, doesn't matter. I'm clicking Volt Switch and I'm getting the hell out. And we are going to get rid of Zoroark as Zone picks up another kill. Here I took a little bit of time before going into Kecleon here because I had to choose whether I wanted to go into Kecleon or Latias, and I chose to just go Kecleon because we already had Taunty burned, and I did not want to risk because we saw Zoroark was not burned. We burnt the actual Tornadus, so I wanted to go into Kecleon here and prevent him clicking Nasty Plot. I'm going to click Thunder Punch. If he knocks us out, he knocks us out. That's perfectly fine with me. But as long as he doesn't click Nasty Plot, we're golden. We're going to get Chip, and then I'm just going to Shadow Sneak. Right now, based on the damage he did with Knockoff, I know he's probably not Timid. And I'm just not sure how much special attack he has. If he has max special attack, he will knock us out with Hurricane. If he has no special attack, not even, I think he needs an absolute max roll to kill us at 28%. Or it might not even be in range, I'm going to be honest with you. And he does click Hurricane and he has no special attack. We did confirm this after game. He had 4 special attack on Torn. And this was already a max roll. 27% was already a max roll. I think the max roll was 27.4 or something like that. But yeah, basically, and we're gonna get the Thunder Punch off and do a butt ton of damage to Tornadus. And here, Kecleon is going to Shadow Sneak and take out Tornadus for us, picking up the 3-0 win. Kecleon has been a revelation this season. Again, I have to say, shout out Ari, because I was not considering this Mon. He just totally just said, yo, Kecleon's goated, go for Kecleon. You're never going to see a tier 5 Mon be a win con. His words exactly in the post-game chat, ironically. But Kecleon and Magnezone really pulled through this game. I think in general, his Magnezone matchup was rough. Like, even if he brought Golok, it wasn't really going to help, because in the event he brought Golok, is basically why I brought Sneasel. It's basically why I brought Max Defense Sandaconda, which is basically I had to take attention off of Medicham with Wheezing. And honestly, I wish I didn't prep so hard for Golok. Now looking at how much, like, I would have actually been able to handle it quite well. And I maybe got a little too hung up on Golok and didn't put enough on the team for Zoroark. But at the same time, I am quite pleased with the way this game went. We did not misplay all that much. I think we just had maybe one questionable play at best. But overall, I do feel bad about the Bullet Punch roll, but also the Zen Headbutt roll. Would have if he didn't get that roll, I wouldn't have switched out. So it wouldn't have mattered in my opinion. And also, me getting the Sludge Bomb poison there pretty much guaranteed my win in my opinion, because I feel like all I needed was Medicham at 54 or lower, and I think I won at that point, because without Primarina, I don't think he had a Mon that could 1v1 Mega Larias at the end. So GG's to Blitz. This was a really fun game. I feel like it didn't come across as much, but it was like a lot harder than it looked in terms of like positioning, especially with the fact that he has flip turn, U-turn, fake out, and U-turn again. It's a pain dealing with this team. It's like his team is actually really offensive, and it's a very difficult team to handle on a good day. So GG's. This will be our week 7 game going up. It's kind of late, but we will have our week 8 game as soon as I schedule with JCaps, which is gonna be fun. Hopefully we make it through this week and get another dub. But right now we are at 5-2, 7 weeks in, so we should make playoffs off this. But it's TBA and it's unpredictable. Like right now, it's funny, but anyone from position 14 to position 2 can make and drop out of playoffs. Like, it's that close between the two positions. I think only the last 2 teams are out of contention, and we do play one of those 2 teams in the last week of the season. But that should be, like, irrespective, it should be a good game. But this is going to be me signing off, guys. We do have our BDL semi-final game against Primal, which I'm sure will take a little bit of time to get up. We will have our UPA game and WPF games going up as well. So this is me signing off, guys. I'll catch y'all on the next one.